You found Stryker of Enyo, and the following is an excerpt from my main video, I Play Every Xbox Live Arcade Game Part 2, which is a massive 3.5-hour experience that I encourage you to check out if you like what you see here. This version was rendered at nearly 2 to 3 times the bitrate of the original. Deadliest Warrior, the game. Developed and published by Pipeworks Software. Deadliest Warrior was a ridiculous show that aired for 3 seasons, originally on Spike TV in 2009. The show was known for pitting 2 historical factions against each other in a fictional battle determined by a computer program. They would take 2 groups like Vikings versus Samurai, or Spartans versus Ninjas, or Pirates versus Knights. They would identify 4 different weapons or armor that each side would use. They would test out those weapons on mannequins, pigs, and cattle carcasses, and record all their findings and then enter them into a computer combat simulation.
This program was developed by Slytherin Studios over in the UK, and it's taken them 5 years to build it.
The computer would determine a, quote, winner, somehow. There were a few interesting parts to the show, but it was mostly hot garbage. Like, how do you measure the damage that a weapon does to a pig carcass and then enter that into a computer to decide who wins? And they made video games. That's right, Deadliest Warrior the game allows you to choose from 8 of history's greatest warriors. Apache, Centurion, Knight, Ninja, Pirate, Samurai, Spartan, and Viking. This is a below-average fighting game that only garnered interest due to the TV show. And the fact that you could sever limbs, decapitate heads, and blood covers everything, from the ground to the warriors themselves. The animations are bad and the voice acting is horrible. The limited move set and simple combos are poor for a fighting game, and the balance is all over the place. You do have 2 challenge rooms, one of them being the slicing of animal carcasses, which is probably the most remembered moment from the show. You know, I originally hated everything about this game, then I saw a video of the group Far From Subtle play it, and they actually had a blast. They were laughing and having fun. They knew the game wasn't good, but that didn't matter to them.
Oh, yeah! Press time.
There definitely is an aspect to this game that is fun to perform the one-hit kills. 4 out of 10. Yeah, it's below average. There is some enjoyment to be had, and since it's backwards compatible, you will see it on sale every so often. It doesn't offer much, so don't expect much. Deadliest Warrior Legends. Pipeworks Software returns with a sequel. We got a whole new roster of 9 combatants, now based on real-world figures from history like Alexander the Great, Attila the Hun, Genghis Khan, Vlad the Impaler, and William Wallace. The visuals look slightly better. There are some new fighting options like grapples, pushes, ring outs, and new final strikes. But the gameplay still offers very little strategy, and it plays sluggish. Like before, the one-hit kills and the dismemberments can be fun for a few laughs, but this still isn't a good fighting game. They added a strategy game called Generals. It plays a lot like a game of Risk, or any basic strategy game where you have 2 territories battling each other with numbers. Whenever you try to capture a castle on the map, then it cuts to a one-on-one fight, where the winner determines who keeps the territory. You can unlock abilities, but it's hard to tell if they make any kind of difference. This sequel has more content, and the fighting feels a bit better, so it's a 5 out of 10 now. It's only average. Even with all the improvements, it manages to just barely become average. Fans of the original game should try it. You might like it more than I did, but you're not really missing much.
So no head?
Deadliest Warrior Battlegrounds. You might be scratching your head about now. This is a Deadliest Warrior game? It doesn't look like a fighting game. Well, developer Hardsuit Labs worked on this game. And apparently they ported Chivalry Medieval Warfare to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. This explains why Deadliest Warrior Battlegrounds looks awfully familiar to Chivalry in screenshots. You see, they released an expansion pack for the original Chivalry game on PC called Chivalry Deadliest Warrior in November of 2013 on Steam. It was a tie-in for the television series Deadliest Warrior. You can still buy it today, but users warn that the game is dead, or at least it was by 2021. Battlegrounds is a 12-player online multiplayer game. Battle in duels, free-for-alls, capture the flag, and more while you unlock exclusive weapons and accessories for your warriors. I'm playing the trial, but there was no chance real people were playing this at the time, so I created full rooms of AI bots. You get 30 minutes to play in the trial, but I kept backing out and trying different stages and modes, so I was actually able to get about 45 minutes total of playtime in. This game is basically the Chivalry medieval warfare engine used for the 360 and PlayStation 3, but they stripped out all their unique content and then threw in the generic character models from the world's deadliest warriors: knights, Spartans, samurai, Vikings, ninjas, and pirates. Combat is bland, but you do have a few different strikes that you can do. Once you get the timing down on your swing, you can actually just rinse enemies as they get within range, even if they have a shield. The pirate has a pistol, but oh boy, it is not reliable. Honestly, the game can be entertaining at times. Yeah, it's janky and the animations take time to activate sometimes, but there's nothing like taking off the head of somebody. It's just so satisfying. It can be a blast when you're on a killing spree, but I assume after only a couple hours, you'll have mostly seen all the maps and you've played all the factions and you'll get bored quickly. Oddly enough, it is still available to buy for $15 US, up until the 360 store ends up closing, it seems like, in 2024. It's functional, but it's a dead game. Unless you know people that own the game, it's a 3 out of 10. If this looks interesting to you, you're much better off checking out Chivalry 2, which has crossplay to help keep the servers populated. So, moving on. Would you like to know more? Did you like the video you just watched? Then leave a comment, even give me a like, then head to my channel for more. I got several series like Rage Quit 2, How the F Did I Die, and I even have a playlist for everything related to the I Play Every Xbox Live arcade game. You'll find all the parts, including higher bitrate versions of certain segments and eventually audio commentaries. If you want to see what I'm currently working on, then check the community tab on my channel, it's just right here. This is where I give occasional updates on what I'm working on and mention what's coming up next. If you want to watch the main video where this segment came from, then it should be showing up right about now, on the upper left side of the screen. The playlist for the entire series will be on the lower right. Thank you for any watch time that you can spare. The response of the series has been very positive, so thank you all.